walking by. Extra with a splash, extra acting bad. Pull up like parades on parades. Extra with the slab. Pay what it call for the tab. Extra with the bag. Young Crizzle King better add extra on the. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam. I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day. I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra.
In a new world, all the boys and girls, I got some true stories to tell. You're back outside, but they still lied. Whoa, yeah. Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi. Take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss. Take off the weird jewelry, I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top off. Take off them fabricated streams and the microwave memes, it's a real world outside. Take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo. Take off the Sandro pay, 5-day stay, take a quarter meal, hella final. Take off the fuck flag, take off perception, take off the cop with the iPad. Take off the allure, take off the unsure, take off decisions I lack. Take off the fake deep, take off the fake woke, take off the I'm broke, I care. Take off the gossip, take off the new logic that if I'm rich, I'm real. Take off the Chanel, take off the Doja, take off the Birkin bag. Take all that designer off and what do you have? You ugly, you out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? You out of pocket. Who you think they talk about us? You out of pocket. Who you think they copy up us? Get back in pocket. The world in a panic, the women is stranded, the men on the run. The profits abandoned, the law take advantage, the market is crashing, the industry wants to sleep in the box while they making a mockery following us. This ain't Monopoly, watching for love. This ain't monogamy, y'all getting jumping on what the hell is that? I gotta relax when I feel. All my descendants, they tell me my secrets, say I am too real. I'm done with the sensitive, taking it personal, done with the black and the white, the wrong and the right. You hoping for change and miracles, I know the feelings that came with burial cries. You ugly, you out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? You out of pocket. Who you think they talk about us? You out of pocket. Who you think they copy up us? Serving up a look, dancing in a drop. Hello to the big step, but never lose a count. Venting in the safe house, venting in the safe. Can I fit out my truth? I got nothing to lose. I got problems and fools. I can swim with my fate. Cameras moving whenever I'm moving. The family suing whatever I make. Murder is stacking. The president acting. The government taxing my funds in the bank. Homies ejecting the fence when I'm breaking. Look at my reaction. My pupils on skates. Holla, holla.
Let's think about this for a second. Tell me what you would do for steady. When you show your show on credit. When you show your bro for leverage.
What a hypocrite said. What community feel they the only ones relevant? What a hypocrite said. What community feel they the only ones relevant? You out of pocket, yeah, you out of pocket. You entertain the mediocre, need to stop it. You entertaining old friends when they toxic. What your life like? The gossip. What the is council culture, dog? Say what I want about you. I'm like overdog. I treat you like I'm Jigga. Watch I own it all. Oh, you worry about a critic? That ain't protocol.
Our Father who art in heaven, I love when you toss me blessings. You never throw interceptions, I catch them like O.D. Beckham. Hard to not the devil when built like Tiana Teller and balling at 27. I feel like Iman Shumpert. Know there's a disconnect when the sheep start to lead the shepherd. The weak start to be aggressive, the streets start to be the reverend. Bragging about first class, seated on 9/11. They spirits are not united, allegiance my soul forever. I murder my adolescence, assault with a friendly weapon. I verbally dissect them to help them get back together. Wanting the stranger things, I handle it like 11. My point is I guard the kids. I should play for the Celtics. Watch how I Euro step them and curry them like I'm stepping. Whenever I'm in your town, the warriors in your presence. I manifest my endeavors. I'm blessed and I'm getting better. I walk amongst living legends. Coach Contra will live forever. I'm gonna introduce my ego. Since the world full of villains, then let's introduce the heroes. We the good guys, no blood on our hands. Hands Tito, she a pack. Finna guaranteed move back. Type of view is that on the globe? It's a visionary peeking out the window of my soul. Might just fall back, lend a helping hand and play my role. You ain't all that, all in the mirror oversold. Call me Reason A, aka Malcolm XL. That's a big pun, bigger punishment I give him.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's an early season divisional matchup in the NFC East between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. "22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And off we go from MetLife Stadium. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Here's Chandler on second down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Prescott now from the 50 to Jefferson on the slant. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
On play action, Prescott. Dancing to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
His throw incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approached this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Giants are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley, and this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to have it here just past the 25. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, it still looks a lot like his rookie year.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott from the gun. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Now a handoff to Chandler. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Chandler. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Chandler. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. They run it with Chandler. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Cowboys post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll set up a throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
52 blaster.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On fourth down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams trying to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate. That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want... make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Here's 2nd and 8. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott, he'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Finding more on the out route for the completion. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Back to throw again. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mike Gesicki, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Giants are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. There you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass of the new season.
And he had a strong rookie year. So much more expected of him this one, as you might imagine. He threw that one with confidence and assuredness.
And I noticed that the celebration a little bit more subdued than his first touchdown pass last year as a rookie.
Yeah, he certainly is acting like he's done it before.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. Prescott looks to throw on first. That's complete to Chandler on the check down. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Then he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. He'll get this to about the 38. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 6. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously, a lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Gano's kick is good, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
On second down, it's Chandler, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 89 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. On first down, it's Chandler. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On second down now. It's Chandler, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Chandler. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb. Oh, what a juke into space. Down the left sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Counter play. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
We can come up with a lot of different explanations.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sport. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. They'll set up to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this one almost intercepted. Far too. Loose with the football, nearly a fourth pick of the ball game. The Giants on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17. They'll look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Chandler. 114 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Inside give to Elliott. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. No running room for Zeke on first down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Now a give, right side. Chandler, and he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 13-yard line. Call it an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Chandler, and he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down, it's Chandler. And he's got some space here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 152 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. They'll run on first down. Chandler, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
On 2nd down now, it's Chandler. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 3rd down, Chandler. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field depth.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. And they will take a knee here. Was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1, and to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Cowboys, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get another road date next week when they take on Washington. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.